So being the force plate guy, I get to travel all over the place and work with people just like you. And one of the most confusing things out there is pressure versus mass and how we actually create an actual pressure transfer. So we're going to take a look in this video in a super simple way to where we can give you a drill that's going to give you the feel, and then you're going to be able to take that out to your practice space and eventually onto the golf course. So make sure you stay tuned because you're not going to want to miss this. So I'm really a big fan of John Eisman's towel drill. It's simple, people can do it, they can feel it, they can see it. It's just very, very effective way of helping people understand how we use horizontal force. So one of the biggest things that I see out in the space of helping people play better golf, where those people struggle the most seems to be getting enough pressure into their trail side. And when we don't get enough pressure into the trail side, what ends up happening is we use our ground forces very, very late. And what that's a fancy way of saying is that you're not getting the car into gear quick enough to win the race off the line. And we need to be very, very good at getting the car up through the gears. So what is it that's going to help people do this more effectively, more quickly, and get people the feel they need to make this happen? Well, it's pretty simple. We're going to get people to actually feel like they bend their knees some, maybe for the first time. Most people really have a difficult time just doing this part first. But all we're going to try to do is we're just going to get people with their knees over their toes and let them actually feel what that feels like. So this is all we're doing, and we're just kind of bending the knees, and we don't want to feel like the knees are going out and we're sitting our butt down. That's not what we're trying to do here. We're just bending the knees and the butt is actually coming forward. Because the butt is coming forward some, if you feel a little contraction in the glutes, that's totally fine too. But we want to feel like we're moving forward out onto the toes, not sitting down into the heels. So now that we've created a little bit of awareness of where the balls of the feet actually are, we're just going to start picking up those knees, and we're going to keep the knees moving in front of us. So we want to feel like the knees are moving in a little bit. Once again, when people do this, what we'll tend to see is they do this pretty quick, and the knees go out. Now, the difference is that now my hips are externally rotating, okay, versus internally rotating. They're turning in. So we want to get those hips turning in, and we want to be putting the ball of the foot down first. We don't want to be stomping heels, knees out. We want to feel like we're in with the balls of the feet. I got moving a little bit. So this is really, really helpful. So the reason that that's so useful is now we're going to go into part 2 of that, and we're actually going to march in place while holding the golf club in position. So we're just going to go ahead. If you've seen our videos before, I'm just going to kind of get 6 fingers on this thing, okay? And then I'm going to leave it in playing position. I'm going to get where I'm wide enough to where I feel like I can actually do this. And then I'm just going to start marching. Just like that. Now, what we want to do while we're doing this is we just want to feel like we're holding in the middle. Now, you're going to feel like you're moving a lot side to side, but what you can see in the camera is that I'm not really moving that much at all. It feels like I'm moving a ton. And this is okay, because it's okay if I move my middle a little side to side, as long as the outside, the hips, aren't moving too far in or out. So now that I've added this to it, now we're just going to make it simple, and we're just going to, when we feel like it's time, make a golf swing. And just creating a little bit of rhythm with a march and then matching a swing to that is very, very beneficial. Now, the trick that most people are going to have a hard time with here is getting that second foot down before the club gets there. And that's where most golfers are very, very late getting to that lead side. So if you're somebody who's struggling doing this drill with getting that foot down before you get to the ball, one thing that you could do is feeling like you put more press into the ground. So now I'm really stomping. So now I can put that club down, really stomping hard, and the speed goes up. It's not the cadence that gets faster, it's the magnitude or the amount that we're pushing into the ground. And that's one of the key things about doing this simple marching drill that can really help you gain some speed, is getting more force and more pressure into the ground. So the marching drill, the stepping drill, whatever you want to call it, is fine with me. But I really think getting into more dynamic movement and being able to create some internal rotation at the hip level is going to do a lot of good for a lot of players. It's also going to force a lot of players into creating more thoracic rotation, which is going to do almost every golfer on the planet a lot of good. So by simply getting into posture, okay, getting those knees marching, okay, and then just going ahead and adding the golf swing can do a lot of good for your practice routine and a lot of good for your timing and rhythm. So like we said, this is a quick one, it's a short one. We hope you like it. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, because you never know when we maybe show you something that really helps your golf game. So if you have questions, hit us up in the comments. Happy to get back to you. But thanks so much, and until next time, keep grinding.